Hi, this is Fashion, Art and Media. I'm Lydia Cutler, and today I have an important fashion designer with me. Please introduce yourself and tell us about a bit about yourself.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for inviting me today. I am Koi. My fashion label is Akita Arigatoson. I live in Los Angeles. I'm a European designer, and I'm here since about 4.5 years doing my passion. So this is what I'm doing.
Right. So,
And
go on.
yeah, and I just wanted to introduce a little bit to the younger generation. You know, I get so many questions all the time of younger colleagues or even students who want to become a fashion designer and are very, very worried and very, very, very irritated actually due to the pandemic. There are no schools open or only online schools. They don't know what to do. And you know, it is a hands-on job. As you know, and we know it is a hands-on job.
It is.
And the main thing today still for us is to simply do it, you know, even in times of a pandemic, to do what we love the most and to activate our inner motivation and passion every day anew, Lydia. And even if it's just a little bit drawing, a little bit going into our creativity, and even using this time for new ideas and new inspirations. That is, I think, very important, because sometimes we think we have to run to our goals, but we don't. We can use that time, you know, to go slowly. And important is just do your things.
Right.
My
So,
experience.
right. So you say, when did you start fashion design?
Sorry?
When did you start fashion design?
Oh, I started with fashion about 15, 20 years ago. So don't tell my age, Lydia.
No, I won't.
And as many of you, I came from a fashion school, and after the school, I was still a little bit undecisive. You know, we had all these big dreams, but then I didn't know how to start, when to start. But I started about a couple of years later after school with a little kids clothing line. And I really enjoyed it. It was really a nice beginning for me. So
Right.
it
15 years is a long time.
a long time ago, yes.
Yeah,
With
that's nice.
interruption, yes.
That's nice. So, did you start designing or your career in Europe or in America?
I started in Europe, but and I was in Italy too. So, you know, the beautiful moda in Italy was really inspiring for me.
Right.
I lived in UK also. But here in the United States, you know, you have the freedom to literally do whatever you like, even in fashion. And people are appreciating very much, you know, the creativity of each real person. This is something which I really appreciate a lot here in the United States, especially in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah. So, I think that LA must be very fashionable. I've never been. I've been to New York because of the Fashion Week. It's absolutely amazing. And I always imagine that LA should be the same. Is LA the same as in New York?
Los Angeles is more upcoming. We are more, you know, influenced by the movie industry, by the
Yes.
entertainment industry, and by the music industry. New York is the typical hype of high-end fashion, but we have that obviously too. All the red carpets, events are here. So this is the hot place to be if you want to be into fashion. Of course, if you want to go to the fashion weeks, you might go to New York and Paris and London and Milano. But yes, I think Los Angeles and New York are the top places to be here in the United States if you want to be in a fashion.
Okay, of course, of course. So, have you designed any clothes that have been used by any um, people from the fashion industry, are they shopping from you, or do you majorly sell to out with the film industry?
Yeah, I worked I have to tell you, I worked in the film industry for 20 years. I worked
Right.
only with United States and also a little bit with Bollywood. So
Right.
I could sell and I could use the contacts. And that is another advice for the upcoming students and
Right.
colleagues. Use your
Right.
network, make networks, because the normal levels or normal ways of selling might not work anymore. I was participating at the New York Fashion Week. You know, you have to find people, you have to find buyers, you have to find
Exactly.
representatives. It was hard when there was no pandemic. It is even harder when there is a
No.
pandemic. So we have to be open to new sales channels. So in my case, I used a lot of my existing contacts from the film and movie industry. I
Right.
still get requests from Las Vegas for some shows, and but again,
Right.
with movie, with a pandemic, I was thinking, should I open a store? What should I do? So I advise everybody, use the new technologies, go online, use a
Yes.
e-commerce shop, use the online world, so to speak, today, and enter in a big world. You know, we are globally connected, as we see us
Exactly.
now. And this is the new way to connect. That would be my advice to everybody wanting to enter in this industry. Be open for new ways to sell your products.
Exactly. New innovations in fashion is very important. Everybody, I think, should grasp that fact, because, especially during the pandemic, people are
Yeah,
not going to the shops. So online shopping should be thriving right now.
I have heard today in one of these seminars online,
Uh-huh.
everything is online, that only in United States with the Black Friday shops sales going on, sales, it's
Here
expected
too.
to be
Uh-huh.
about 2 billion card shoppings online on the net. Can you imagine? You would never reach that people with any fashion show or with
Yes,
any kind of representative.
that's true.
So that's it is a new way. You have to get into it, and that would be also an advice. Open up your spectrum, your mind,
Yes.
and learn the new technologies. It's a completely new field to handle e-commerce stores and shops. It's a completely new
Exactly.
field, but we have to do it.
I have seen your sketches. Oh, wow. You can draw. I love them. I
Thank
love them so much.
Thank you
So
so much.
do you actually sketch and then make your dresses, or do you sketch and have tailors who make your dresses?
I sketch, sometimes I do them by myself, but I'm very honest, I can draw, but I'm not a perfectionist. So I give them to a seamstress who does that. When I did
Right.
collections, I gave it to a pattern maker, and from a pattern maker to a little manufacturer. Here in downtown in Los Angeles, I haven't done it in China. Many of my
Right.
colleagues put it to China because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Actually, we might have had that problem because the merchant is not coming into your country if you do that. So you have to find out how you do yourself the best. You know, if you like to sew, do your samples by yourself and look for a little manufacturer for certain who does a certain number of pieces so you don't spend that ultimate amount of monies. So
That's true. That's really true.
can be very
So, uh-huh.
can be
Go
very
on.
expensive if you do that.
Well, yes, of course, because I know in the UK making dresses here is quite expensive. Therefore, you sell the dresses a bit more expensive, and what you find is that people want you to make the dress. Your customers want you to make the dress, and then give them the Chinese price, which is not possible really. I don't know if it happens the same with you.
It's a complete difference about at measurement, as you know. So that is couture. So you can do that at a specific body shape. That of course is handman's craft, and it costs much more money. Or you go let your things produce in China, which is, I call it street pot-à-porter, you know. Everything you can wear it. Quality is not so high. But again, it is a decision to whom you want to cater.
Right, that's right. So do you have any advice for any young people around the world watching you just now? What can you tell them about being a fashion designer?
I can tell them what I already did. Follow your passion. If there is a pandemic or not, if you really feel that light in your heart, follow your passion, get your skills right. So try to really dive into what is needed, sketching, sewing, that you have an idea about pattern making, but even an idea of your marketing, your business plan, your strategy, how you want to sell. And as I told before, open up, especially nowadays, to the big, big, big world of the internet.
Exactly. Oh, wow. Thanks so much. If people want to buy your clothes or contact you with measurements or anything like that, as you say nowadays, because everything is online, anyone watching, say maybe somebody watching from Africa might like what you do, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, the people come in touch with me via email or they call me, and with the measurements, of course, now I can't go, but there are really, really wonderful apps and programs, templates out where you can send or go online with a client. Of course, he has to have somebody who measures him literally, but you can show him or her how it is done and what kind of fabrics might be used. In this case, I send little samples out, so a book of samples so the client can touch and feel the fabric anyhow. It's very important. And then it's the same process as ever. They get the first sample, they have to try it. And sometimes they have a seamstress by themselves, so they get a master sample, so to speak, and the little adjustments are not made by me or by us, by my tailor. They're going to be made by the seamstress of the person directly.
Exactly.
So we have to adjust, all of us.
Exactly. So you have a website. Are you on Instagram or Facebook?
Yes, I am on Instagram, on Facebook, and I have a website. It is all the same name, Akita, like the Japanese dogs, Arigato, like thank you, son. Akita Arigato-san.
Right. So you will have to give me links to add to this video so that people can find you easily. Now, I'm going to ask you a question which is not part of fashion.
Okay.
I wore yellow today because I was meeting you. You are very spiritual.
That is true.
So yeah, so I wanted to know, do you have any advice you can give people, especially right now during the pandemic, any spiritual feelings or words or anything you can tell people who will be watching
that is so
to make them feel better?
Yeah, that's so wonderful that you asked me that, because what I do has to do with touching souls. I see even my profession as a designer as touching souls and to make you feel loved, and I want to give the message to hold on and to believe in the good. We are guided. All of us are guided, and we should not follow fear, but trust and love. So instead of being anxious, we have the possibility to switch that mind thought and to take a deep breath and say, I know things will be work perfectly fine for me, and it will be good. And this is what I really deeply believe, and I really want to transmit that. It will be all okay.
Right. So to think positive and everything will be okay. That's such a powerful. So go on.
Not only positive, really from a light inside yourself, from that knowing that we are guided, we are protected, and things will be good, good, and we receive good.
That's wonderful. Do you have a spiritual website as well, or where somebody can find you? Because right now, the reason why I'm even talking about this is because right now everybody wants to be, to feel something, because there's so much going on and it's not good. So we need to connect to our inner self. So if somebody, because you've helped me a few times actually, so if somebody wanted to, to get your services or even just to talk to you, do you have a website for that?
I have not a website, but I have a Facebook group, and I will send you a link so everybody can exchange and get in contact. So you can get advice, you can talk, you can do some meditation, and you can reconnect to your inner self. And we do chakra clearings every other time. And I really enjoy the work with my people. I call them my people because I find them like you, like family, it's really a heart family.
Exactly. Well, I give you so much respect in all angles, because being spiritual is very uplifting, and being a great designer is also something amazing. So always.
It's important, Lydia. It's the most important when we know who we are and how we can bring light in this life, divinity in this life. It is so much better for everyone, not only for ourselves, for everyone we meet. And in times we do need that. We need humanity, and we need connection. We need love, really. In every sense of the word, we need love, and we need beautiful people like you with that beautiful yellow. That is so, so beautiful.
Thank you. Yes, I just bought this for you because I know how spiritual you are.
So when I saw you, I thought, oh my God, it's so wonderful. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you too. So it's really been wonderful talking to you today. I always enjoy talking to you, but this has been amazing.
It was my honor to be with you, and I am looking forward to have you here in Los Angeles when the borders are open.
Definitely.
A lot of contacts and exchange on every level. I really look forward to. I really appreciate it a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lydia.
Thank you.
Beautiful Sunday. Namaste.
You too. Namaste.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.